Hello. Welcome to this live stream session, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If this is your first time to my channel, Similolu, you're welcome. Let me know who you are in the chat box. Say hi and let's know where you're streaming in from. Live stream has made the world a smaller place. I'm here based on the East Coast of the United States. And wherever you're streaming in from, I'm always curious to know. East Coast, or rather the East, the West, or the center of the world, which technically isn't the center, but that's where the reference point is, which is London, Europe, specifically London. So we have the zero degree meridian line there. But wherever you are, say hi, let's know where you're streaming in from. And the title of today's live stream is The One Indicator the Pros Always Use. It truly is a very, very, very important indicator, and it's the VWAP. And it stands for Volume Weighted Average Price. And that is what the VWAP indicator represents, price and volume. Now, if you've been trading for some time, you'll be aware of the importance of support and resistance levels. You'll be very aware of support and resistance levels. If you have been trading without support and resistance levels, you need to change your trading style to accommodate these levels. They're important because they literally tell you, I don't know, they're like markers. They're markers on your charts, and they inform you of the best time to buy and to sell. But these markers, the support and resistance levels, as well as moving averages, very important. Moving averages. I think a couple of you were saying that you don't use moving averages on your charts. If you use moving averages on your charts now, say yes. Or you know what, just say MA. MA represents moving average. Very important to use your moving averages on your charts, especially as a newer trader. I don't consider myself a newer trader. I still use my moving averages. They're so important. The VWAP is like a moving average, but it has an extra functionality added to it, which is volume. Now, if you know anything about how professionals trade, they trade volume. Volume is like the catalyst. Volume is like the beginning and end of trading, because without volume, price is not moving anywhere. You gotta liken it to maybe like a video going viral. The reason why it's going viral is because you have a lot of eyes on it. So 10,000 views becomes 20,000 views, and before you know it becomes 100,000 views. It's because people are watching it. Same with price. Hi guys from Nigeria, from the UK. Glad to have you guys. Okay, so school is in session, I like to say. Because there's always something new to learn. Again, bear in mind, it's one thing to learn, it's one thing to actually apply it. So hopefully you guys will begin to apply it in your day-to-day trading. I don't like to be on screen with my glasses because they reflect. Okay, So let's see, we're going to start from the very first slide. MA represents the number of days or candles. MA is moving average of the price, of price action. So it's going to take the average of price over, for instance, a 10-day moving average will be the average of price over 10 days. So that's an answer to Kiana's question. So when you know the average of something, then you have a point of reference in your trading. So when you look at your candlesticks, they're not just candlesticks. I have my candlesticks here. They're not just candlesticks. This white line represents my VWAP, and it's an average. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but if I had a moving average on this chart, then it would show you a point of reference for that. It would be a point of reference for your trading, for your moment-to-moment trading. Okay, so let's kind of move back again into our document here, which is first point is that volume-weighted average price takes the average price of a stock and also factors in volume, which is one thing your moving averages do not do. Moving averages just give you an average of price, and the reason why volume weighted average VWAP is a little more potent, I would say, than your moving averages is because it takes into effect volume, and I've explained that volume is what makes price action. So let's move on to our second point. Oh yes, important. The VWAP is not used on a daily chart. It's only used on intraday charts. Your 1 minute, your 2 minute, your 3 minute, your 5 minute, 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, 1 hour chart, 4 hour, 2 hour, all those charts, but not your daily, because it resets every day. So it doesn't work on the daily or the weekly. So as a day trader, your VWAP is important because it's designed to be used within the range of a day's period, within a day's period. So it's a little more potent, a little more responsive. I don't know about, maybe I could say a little more accurate than your regular moving averages. Let's move on to the next one. We'll make this quick. Oh, and the beauty of the VWAP that I like personally is that no matter the time frame you're on, it's the same. It stays the same regardless of time frame. I'm going to show you a chart. Now, bear in mind, guys, I trade cryptocurrency and I trade stock markets as well. So this here is my stock market chart. And this platform is called THINKORSWIM. And I was trading this stock yesterday, AMD. And if you look at this purple dotted line, that's my VWAP. And if I go from time frame to time frame, it's easier to change time frames on this platform than on TradingView. So this is the 5 minute. This is the 5 minute chart. And if I go, say, to a 15-minute chart, there it is. It's the same. It's the same levels. That purple dotted line. So VWAP doesn't change. Unlike these, the green, the purple, and this yellow moving average, these are my moving averages. If you're interested, I use the 3-day moving average, which is the green, the 8-day moving average, which is my purple, and I use a 20-day moving average. So I use those three averages when I'm day trading. So let's get back to our documents. Okay, so that's to buttress this point that no matter the time frame you're on, where the moving averages kind of change by time frame, the VWAP stays the same. Next point. Oh, so It's a very popular indicator used amongst institutional traders, big time traders, Wall Street traders, the whales. These are the guys that have smart money. They trade for their clients. They trade by the hundreds of thousands and the millions. These are the guys who move the markets. So when you're putting $100 or $50 on a trade, these guys are putting $50,000, $100,000. It moves the market. And so this is the indicator that they use. And this is probably why you won't find a lot of, we are called retail traders, right? We trade just for ourselves, right? You won't find a lot of retail traders using the VWAP. I don't know. I mean, I learned about it about, I'll say 2.5 years into my trading journey. And ever since I learned about it, I mean, it's always on my charts. So that's the point. And this point here, consider it like a moving support and resistance level. So your support and resistance levels are charted across the charts, but your VWAP is like, I'll say that again. Your support and resistance levels are not charted. Your support and resistance levels are fixed. It's your moving averages that are charted across price action. As price action goes on through the day, your moving averages change. Your support and resistance levels are fixed. They're just a price level. So if you're trading Tesla, Tesla is trading at about $700 plus. The 700 line would be a support line, and it would be depending on where price action is, it would be a support or a resistance line. It's at the $700 mark. It does not move. Unlike your VWAP moves. So you can consider your VWAP a moving support and resistance line, and it makes it a little more responsive, a little more sensitive to price action, because its price and volume will determine where your support and resistance is. So we're gonna move. I'm gonna move into how to use the VWAP and how to make it part of your trading portfolio from day to day. So first point is you buy or sell as close to VWAP as possible. You buy and sell as close to VWAP as possible. My white line here is my VWAP. Give me a second while I write that in. Okay, I'm trying to do too much. My white line is my VWAP. And I have, right now on this screen, I have two rectangular boxes. And to the left of this first rectangular box here, we have price action is underneath VWAP. Right there, that gives you a bearish bias. So if you're trading on this day, and I have an Ethereum and USDT chart up. So this is exactly what Ethereum is doing right now here. Yeah. Okay, but earlier, when was this? Yesterday. Yes. Ethereum, Ether was trading below VWAP. So your bias is a bearish bias. Okay. You always want to initiate a trade as close to VWAP as possible. So to this left side, knowing that we're in a bearish bias, if you initiated a trade at this point, let's do this. There. Because we're in a bearish bias, you can see the next thing price action did is it just dropped. Taking a trade as close to VWAP as possible is playing safe. Because once price action is either below or above VWAP, in this instance it's below VWAP, at some point, guys, it's going to reverse. Only thing is we don't know what that point is. But one thing we're almost certain of is if we're already in a bearish, we're already trading below VWAP, and we have a retest of VWAP. So we first break out of VWAP, we break below VWAP right here. Okay, price action drops, it goes back to retest. The retest is more powerful than this original breakdown. So if you're a little more conservative as a trader, you're not sure if you want to go short at this point because it's just broken down, you're not sure whether it's going to reverse and run back up, then wait it out. Wait it out. This is a 15-minute chart. Wait it out until it comes back to this retest point. Then once it stays below VWAP, you want to enter your short position. And of course, you know you'll make money on this downward trend. So that's the very first point. Let's get back to the point. So you're gonna, number one, you're gonna buy or sell as close to VWAP as possible. I want you to liken it to crossing a zebra crossing, or in the United States here they call it a crosswalk. You're safest crossing the road at a zebra crossing or at a crosswalk. Doesn't mean you still can't get hit by a vehicle, but you're safest crossing at a crosswalk than just crossing at any other point. Same with the VWAP. You're safest. Your trade is more, you're more certain of being in a winning trade when you take your trade as close to VWAP as possible. So the second point says you want to buy or sell at the test. So that's what I already explained. We want to buy or sell the test of VWAP, but not the extension. So let's go back again to the chart and explain that. I explained it already. This second circle here is the retest. We're retesting VWAP, but VWAP is remember, guys, I said it's a point of support or resistance. In this case here, to the left of our rectangle, in this case, it's a resistance. It's a ceiling. Price action is not being allowed to break above resistance. It's not being allowed to break above VWAP. And so you always want to wait for the retest. So that's the second point. And then the converse of that is, as much as possible, the furthest away from safety, the further away from safety, the further away from VWAP that you are, increases your risk. It doesn't mean I can't enter a trade here. Of course I can enter a trade here. But entering a trade at this third circle is not as sure a trade as entering at this second circle. It doesn't mean I can't take a short here, but again, no, this one is different. I rest my case on this one. Because that one, let's go back. Okay, so it's these three. So the most, the second circle here, this second area of price action is definitely more, it's a more certain trade than this one. And that's what my second point is about. Let's move on to the third point. Okay, so I didn't finish the second point, which is, as much as possible, the further away you are from VWAP, you really you kind of want to be more leery, you want to be more cautious, because the further away you are from safety point, which is VWAP, the greater the chance that the trend will reverse. Because at the end of the day, what goes up must come down, and what goes down will ultimately go up. I mean, we're looking at Bitcoin, aren't we, guys? Weren't we looking at Bitcoin at 29,000? And look at it now. What, 47? What is it? 46, 47? So yes, it went down, but eventually it came back up again. So the further away from VWAP, you know, the greater the chance that you're looking at a reversal. So that's really what it is. So you want to be really careful. The further away from VWAP, you want to be really careful when you enter into your positions. Then the third point, which is a good, this is a solid point. You can trade within the accumulation phase, and the accumulation phase is always that period of time where, let me come out of this again. Your accumulation phase is that area here. You can see it. Yes. This rectangle up here, this is your accumulation phase. Price action is zigzagging across VWAP. It's not moving any, it's not maintaining any trend decisively. And what you can do at this point, now remember, we want to take our trades as close to VWAP as possible. Only problem with this point, the only problem with this point is it's not moving. So if you had taken a trade, you'd kind of be oscillating and not really trending. But it's still possible to take trades within this rectangle. So really what you want to do is you want to buy low, and then you want to sell high. As soon as you sell high, you enter a short position, you come down low again. And so it's possible to trade the accumulation phase like this. Okay. So you're buying and selling within the accumulation phase. And what makes it a short, nothing is short with trading, right? Well, what makes it it's a more certain or a more short trade is the fact that price action is not moving away from VWAP. So again, we're in our safe zone. Now, VWAP again is this our white line here. So with this candle, and this happened earlier today, guys, I actually watched while this red candle, this is a huge red candle. Okay, so this was Bitcoin and Ethereum. They move similarly. They just I don't know, something happened, who knows what really happened, but look at the volume down below. Look at this selling. So look at the selling pressure. You see it right here. And VWAP reflected that selling volume by, see, you took the dip and price action dipped right below VWAP. The minute it dipped below VWAP, guys, you want to go short. Again, I'll rephrase that. It's not the minute it goes below VWAP, because you want to, I have this on a 15-minute time frame just because I want to accentuate the movements. But ideally when you're trading, if you are a day trader, you want to be looking at your smaller time frames, your 1 minute. I day trade I enter into my trades on the 1 minute. I'll use the 1 minute, the 2 minute, and the 5 minute to enter into my trades. But this is the 15-minute, and so on the 1 or 2 minute trade, the minute it dropped below VWAP, minute meaning you have 1 or 2 candlesticks closing below with VWAP, then you want to exit your long positions or to enter into your short position. And if you had done that, you would have made a nice profitable trade on account of this downward movement. Right here, there we go. Nice profitable trade. Okay, let's go back. go back to my points here because we're going over trading strategy, remember. So trading within your accumulation phase is very possible and very doable. Number 4, keep your support and resistance levels on your chart. Do that, just period. Whatever you're trading, just have in mind where your starting point is, where your ending point is, because that's literally what your support and resistance is. It shows you how price moves between various price levels historically. Now, with day trading, we're using historical data to trade today. So that information comes from this particular coin pair or this particular stock trades around this zone and usually uses this zone as an area of support or resistance. And so it's good to always keep your support and resistance lines on your chart. So that's just an aside. And so now the last part of this strategy is it's important because, you know, trading is like anything else. There's no one perfect indicator. There's no one perfect strategy. And because of that, you really want to hi Tony. Tony says he's late to class today. Don't worry, you always get the replay of the live stream. And for those of you who don't know, what I do with the live stream every Tuesday, I think I've changed it to Wednesday now, I will create a shorter version. I will edit the live stream and then upload it again in a more compact form. So usually I like my videos to be about 12, 13, 14 minutes or less. And that's usually not the case with the live stream. So Wednesdays, look out for the shortened version or edited version of the live stream. Okay. Candlestick patterns. I don't know how you can trade effectively and profitably without candlestick patterns. So if you don't if you don't know your candlestick patterns, begin to learn them. Begin to watch videos on them. On my channel, I have a bunch of videos. I actually have a playlist, I believe, on candlestick patterns. Search for the playlist and go over it. But you gotta enter or exit your trades on a bullish or a bearish candlestick pattern, depending on what you're trading and which direction you're trading. So the reason why I say that is I'm going to go down. I'm going to go here. So here, price action to the left of this vertical line has been, let's get a vertical line. Okay, so price action to the left of the yellow line has been bearish, and then, guys, what's happening? Price action moves towards VWAP, or rather, VWAP moves towards price action. Both of them are moving towards each other. That's an awesome sign, because when that is happening, then you get ready to enter into your trade. So on this candlestick, I will say this particular candlestick here, price action breaks above there. Price action breaks above VWAP on that particular candlestick. Now, after it breaks above VWAP, that's all well and good. Now, we're assuming we're trading on 1 or 2 minute, even though I actually have a 15-minute up here. Okay, but the 50 minutes just that I can illustrate what I'm trying to show better on the longer time frame. So assuming this was a 1 minute time frame, you probably don't want to enter in after just one candlestick closing. You want to wait for the second candlestick, and you can see it's red. Good thing you didn't enter the trade yet. Okay. You look at the third candlestick. Okay, it's coming back down to VWAP. You don't want to be long. I'm going to show you the point at which I will enter this trade. I will enter this trade when my candlestick patterns, that yellow horizontal, I will enter my trade once price action breaks above the previous high. So we see this nice, I don't know what to call it, shape, like a higher high. It's a higher high, and we wait for the break above your higher high. So this is in spite of the fact that we've already broken above VWAP, guys. Because remember what happens here. Even though we break above VWAP, it doesn't go anywhere. On the almost the next candlestick, it's back down again. So just breaking above VWAP in itself is a powerful signal, but it's not the be all do all. That's not the only signal. And don't enter into your trades based on just one signal. And some of you might be into the Ichimoku cloud or the Bollinger Bands, and you know, you got the RSIs and MACDs. Don't use any one. Use each indicator to confirm your other indicators. Most professional traders don't use a lot of these indicators that we use as retail traders, but the one they will use is the VWAP because of the importance of volume. Remember I said it's volume that makes price action, and it's price action, extreme price action, that makes extreme profits. And that, guys, is the end of class today. It's really interesting. Oh, and let's look at what's going on with Ethereum. Well, so whatever's going on with Ethereum on this chart is what's going on with Bitcoin. They're doing the same thing. And we had this drastic dump. It threw me out of a couple of my futures trades, which is okay. Which is the purpose of stop losses. You know, you keep your stop losses, so when you lose on a trade, you don't lose big. So I got thrown out of a few of my trades, and I wasn't in a hurry to go back into my trades. Guys, why? Because I was too far from VWAP. I mean, look at the gap between here and here. Right now you can see Ethereum is moving back towards VWAP, which is good. So I'll be getting ready to go back. I want to draw a level. Guys, when I have nothing better to do, I draw levels. Okay, so we can see that Ethereum just dumped. It just dumped from, where was that? 3,300. It dumped all the way down to 3,200. So that was a good $100, just like in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, and so this yellow, again, I'm going to change this. This blue level is a support level. Can you see this is a beautiful support level. It's just so beautiful because look at all the touches I get. Look at it. Let's expand it. Remember I said these levels as a result of historical information. So in the past, Ethereum has bottomed. It bottomed at this level. You see here, right here, it tried to dip, but that level held it up. Here, it dipped below the level, below VWAP, it jumped straight back up. And you can see around here, right around here. Can you see that? Can you see how that is just kind of oscillating? And it's using this blue level as a base. It's not dropping below it. And that's how you begin to know it's a strong level. And what makes a strong level again is like you've got a lot of trading bots at that point, buying. That's what happens at that level. That's what makes it a great support level, because the trading bots or the trading whales, the smart money are buying. So right here, there's been an accumulation and people are buying. Now, if I want to get back into this trade, which I will get back into this trade, guys, I'm an Ethereum lover. I love Ethereum. I love the network. I love the coin, Ether, and I'm always in one trade or the other. And I just love to invest in the Ethereum network and in the Ether coin. And it's done pretty well. It's done a lot better than Bitcoin over at least for the better part of this year. Its price movement has done way better than the price movement of Bitcoin. And so if I want to get back into this trade, I'm going to wait till I break VWAP, and then I will consider going by my candlestick patterns, whether or not I want to enter into the trade. And that's all I have for you today. I hope it's been useful. And let's go back to a summary. So these are what make the trading strategy. No, this is what makes the trading strategy. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask them now. Try it out. Try out. The thing about day trading is, day trading, you can't trade without your personality being a part of that trading style. So if you're the more conservative trader, then you probably would want to you'd probably be using more indicators, because you're just more conservative. You don't want to enter a trade quickly. You want to take your time and be absolutely sure. And for such a person, you want to have almost like your dream indicators, whereby before you enter a trade, you look at these three. If you don't look at any other indicators, these three you look at. So whatever that is for you, you figure that out. Everybody has what works for them. And then you have the more risque trader who's more into taking risks. I actually classify myself as that type of trader. And so the kind of indicators that I would be looking at would be a bit different from the kind of indicators that you would depend on. The kind of stop losses, the distance of your stop losses from your current price will be different from the way I set my stop losses, because I'm riskier. I'm more willing to take risks. And then you have your down the middle trader, is not on one side, is not on the other, just wants to kind of stay safe and down the middle. Great for you too. Then you want to have the VWAP, because the VWAP keeps you on the straight and narrow. If you have any questions, now's the time to put them in that chat box. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't leave this platform. Don't leave the live stream until you give me those likes. Likes and comments are what I thrive on. We thrive on them as content creators. We make the videos, we upload them and all that, and all we really want from you guys are your likes and your comments. Pedro says, how do I put the VWAP indicator on my screen? That's a good question. So let's go back. I think I should have mentioned that as well. Okay, so I'll clear this. Let me clear this. See, I use so many platforms. Sometimes it takes me a while to figure out what platform I'm on, and to take things from scratch. This is what I was looking for. Okay, so you want to put your VWAP on. Oh, yes, Kiana says I should attach a copy of my notes to each of my YouTube videos. Can I do it for this video, please? Actually, the notes stay on. If you look at the replay of the video, then you actually can rewind to where the notes are. So it's not, this live stream ends up being uploaded as a video. So to add my VWAP, we're going to, I'm going to get it soon. To add the VWAP, we're going to this button up here, and we are going to click on it. It says indicators and strategies. And I've already favorited these indicators. So, but what you would do is you would search for it, VWAP. There. And once you search for it, it does come up, and there it is. And it tells you that this is the built-in VWAP. So this is the trading view version of VWAP with all its parameters. And the public library, the VWAPs that traders like you and me have kind of added a little bit more, they've added some more bells and whistles to their VWAP to make it maybe colorful or to change the settings. And that's what these are under public library. And these numbers here just tell you how popular. So this guy, the Yang Guizi, he created this version of the VWAP, and 4,610 people are using his version. So that tells you it's better. It's a better version maybe than the 865. This guy here, VWAP alerts. But it's worth, if you have time to go through them. You never know, you may find one of these that actually works for you. I just don't do that. I just don't have that kind of time. So here it is, VWAP. So when you click on VWAP and come back out of this, there it is up here. And it gives you the VWAP line. Now, what I have done already, I'm going to go into settings, because when you set up the VWAP, oh no, this is volume. VWAP, this one. Yeah, VWAP. Okay, so when you set it up, it's going to have these checked. It's going to look like this. This is what it's going to look like as soon as you go into TradingView and pull up your VWAP. I find it's a bit busy. I mean, it could work for you because they set up these like distance from the VWAP. So it shows you like the safe zone. So the VWAP is a crosswalk. This is the absolute safe point to enter and exit your trades. And you could still risk it going in at this point, the upper band and the lower band. But what I do is I go in and then I change those settings. I only want the VWAP. I kind of like it white, and I want it a little thicker. Oops, let's go back in. And then I actually uncheck the upper band, the lower band, and the band fill. I uncheck all that. And voila, there's your VWAP. Oh, so Kiana, you're still talking about attaching it like an attachment? And then you can print it out and follow along with the video. Oh. It's a possibility. Only thing is, Kiana, that's extra work. I guess it's possible to do that. But the technology would, yeah. The most I could do is, I know there's some YouTubers who will create a transcript of their videos or of their live streams, and then they'll put the transcripts in the description box. But that's a thought. That's a thought. I've never thought about creating a document and attaching it and doing that kind of thing. But at least you got it in the video. So yes, and one thing you can do sometimes, if I'm watching a video on YouTube and there's some points there that I feel I want to take note of, I will take a picture of it with my phone, and then I'll have it on my picture screen, on my pictures, and then I could take notes, I could do whatever it is from there. So that's another thought. Well, I'm so happy to have you guys here with me today. Thank you, thank you. I hope you've learned something, and I would like to know how this works for you. So come back same time, same place next week. Let me know how this VWAP has been working for you. Again, it's a new strategy for you. If it is, then I would suggest you try it out a few times. But at the end of the day, you just want to be aware of the importance of it, and it's good to have it on your charts. Now, bear in mind, again, this is for day traders. If you're an investor or a long-term trader, you trade over a period of a year, the VWAP won't work for you. So again, it's for intraday traders. You're trading, like the trade I took here, for instance. I took this trade, and let me zoom in a bit. I took this trade. I was in the trade at 9:30 in the morning. I was out of the trade by 10:30. I was in the trade just for an hour, and I was done. The minute it started doing this whole sideways business, I was out. I'd made my money and I was done. And that's the beauty of the VWAP. And you can see I took the trade at the point at which price broke above VWAP, which is right here. Every platform is different. So I entered into the trade somewhere around there. And I've cleaned up the chart, but what I do is as I'm trading, I'm constantly drawing these lines, these price levels. Or every now and then I will use a Fibonacci. I'll pull up a Fibonacci just to understand where's the Fibonacci. Like again, I said, it's for different platforms. So this is the Fibonacci on THINKORSWIM. And you can see, let me see. I mean, you just play around with these things, really. Play until you kind of get good at it. You can see my golden zone is here, and I had just made my money on the uptick, and I was out. So I will see you guys same time, same place next week. Enjoy. Don't forget those likes. Yes, and Pedro is telling you, Kiana, that you can just screenshot and keep. That's another point. Screenshot. Yeah, that works too. Okay, enjoy the rest of your weekend, because I know I will. Take care. Bye-bye.